tonight I'm going to start a revision series, or maybe just new learning series. What I thought I'd do is I'd start with maths, which is, as we said in the last video, something that a lot of people find anxiety with. Children seem to be more uptight about learning maths than they are when it comes to writing or reading comprehension. I also thought I'd pick, there's so many topics to start with, I thought I'd pick something which the children in my current class have a problem with, and it's also a fundamental part of lots of things in mathematics. And we're going to start with percentages of an amount. I've put on the board here, as you can see, the reasons why I'm doing it is it's seen in every single Key Stage 2 SATs arithmetic paper. So if you can learn this, you know you've got a couple of marks in the bag already. Usually 2 questions. I will show you a couple of actual SATs examples at the end. The method's useful for Key Stage 2 and Key Stage 3 word problems as well. So when you get the fundamental method of this sorted, then you can apply that to lots of written problems as well. So do the basics right, and it should click in for lots of other questions and be useful in lots of different scenarios. And also at the bottom there is a sticking point for lots of people. For whatever reason, people do get held up on percentages of an amount. And if we can learn this method, then again, it's quick wins in any paper. The main thing to remember, if you remember nothing else, what I want everyone to log in their head when they see any percentage of an amount question is find 10%. Now, you might think that that's irrelevant. What if I've got to find 35%? What if I've got to find 3%? What if I've got to find 55%? It honestly doesn't matter. If you just find 10%, then that will be the core of everything. That will help solve your problem. I'll explain why in a moment. Essentially, from 10%, you can find any other percentage that you need. So let's just do a random example here. Let's do, we'll do 20%, say, keep it relatively straightforward. 20% of 3,500. Now, as I said a second ago, regardless of what that percentage I've got to find, I'm always going to find 10%. How am I going to find that 10% is I'm going to divide my original number by 10. If you want to use a place value table for that, you can. Lots of different ways of doing it. So if you want to, you can just imagine getting rid of one of the zeros. It's going to be 10 times smaller. So 10% is going to be equal to 350. Or you can imagine shifting it in a place value table, which I will show you later on. But you're going to find this 10%, this core value there, it's core 10%. And then obviously what you're going to do to find 20 is you're going to double that. So you've got your 10, and if you want to make sure that you're doing it right, it won't take you very long, do 350, turn this into a column addition on the page as you're doing your working out, 0 and 0, 5 and 5 is 10, 3 add 3 is 6, add the 1, 700, and you've got your answer there already. So 20% of 3,500 is 700. You're finding that 10%. Again, if I go into another very quick example of why 10% always helps us, is you can just half it if you need to find 5%. So let's do another random one. Let's go for 35% now. 35% of, I don't know, 8,200, whatever it is. So you're, again, always going to find that 10%, which means you're going to divide by 10. So 10% is going to be 820. You're going to need to find the 5% at some point. So just halve what you've got, 410. And then you can just add those all up if you need to. You could do a multiply. So you could, to make your 30%, 3 lots of the 10%, you could do 820 times by 3. And use a ruler. 3 lots of nothing is nothing. 3 times 2 is 6. 8 times 3, 24. And then you've still got to add that on. What you've got is an answer for 30% here. Still got to add your 5% on, so just put 410 underneath. Create an extended column addition, 0, 7, 8, 2. 35% of 8,200 is 2,870. So again, from that 10%, you're then building to find the 5%, so just cutting it in half. But this figure will get you everywhere. Okay. So that is your cue, and what I want everyone to think of when they come up against any percentages of an amount question is, regardless of what the actual numbers are, I'm just going to find 10% and then I'm going to work from there. This next slide here shows a question from the 2022 Key Stage 2 MathSats arithmetic paper. So question 27, you see there's always going to be 1 mark for these. But again, 15% of 3,200. So what we're going to do straight away is find 10% of our number. And that's going to be 320. Can I just imagine crossing that 0 off, moving it one place in a place value table, just dividing it by 10, whatever you need to do. Using our 10% number, we're going to find the 5%, split it in half, 160. Again, if you didn't know that, you could just do a quick column addition there. Find 1, and 1 goes into there, 6. And 320 divided by 2. And you're just going to add those up. If you line yourself up and organize yourself in the first place, you don't have to move these around. I've got all my 1s in a column, 0. I've got my 10s in a column, 2 and 6 is 8. And then 3 and 1 is 4, 480. And I'll write that in the answer box, nice and clear. My 0 looks like a 0, not a 6. And there we go, and our answer is 480. Again, always finding 10%. We're not actually really looking at what the question's asking for us initially. I'll show you another good example here. 2% now of 3,000. So again, although it's asking for 2%, I'm always automatically going to look for 10%. 10% is going to equal 300. Just newing that up. To show you in a place value table here is my thousands column for 3,000. All the way down there. And if I'm making something 10 times smaller, so I'm divided by 10, I'm shifting everything down a column. So again, 3, 0. So it could be 300.0, but same thing, 300. And then from that 10%, we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to actually divide it by 10 again to get our 1%. So again, if we were to divide by 10, we move down 1 column. Divide by 10 again, we move down another column. We're left with 30. So 1% is 30. And then all we do is double it. We have another 1% there. And we do 30 and 30. 60. So again, you can see that regardless of whether we're doing it 15%, it could be a 55%, 68%, whatever it is, 2%, we're always coming back to finding 10%, because from that 10%, you can find your 20, you can double it, you can half it to find 5%, you can divide by 10 again to find 1%, and all those things. So what you really want to be thinking every time you see it, every time you see a percentage of an amount question is find 10% and work from there. What I try to do is just get one very short phrase in your mind for every type of question, so that everything you meet, you're kind of loading up the information that you need in your head. All right, okay, as a percentage question, what's the quick thing I need to remember? Find 10%, great, and then move on. And then for every single type of question, hopefully I've got some kind of annoying phrase which sticks in your head and helps you to just nail down that method. So there we go, that's percentage of an amount. Please comment what you find difficult. It'd be really helpful if I could tackle the things that everybody else found difficult first, rather than me going blindly into this and using what the children in my class find difficult. If you've got something that you find tricky, let me know and I will do a video for you. See you soon.